All right, my high vibrational individual expressions of God on earth. Let's get this party started. This is purpose is personalized, individualized, crystallized, magnetized, part 2. Today we want to talk about, so what do we do when we don't know what to do? Well, that's actually what purpose is. Purpose, contrary to popular belief, is actually a place where you're actually doing what the Bible says, and it talks about walking in faith. Now, this actually is a process, which is why we are doing a show today on breaking this down, because I've had to learn how to walk in faith. And there are certain things that you have to put faith on. You have to literally put yourself in a space or in a place where you're actually in the what we call the desire fulfilled place, or the HAV state. And the process of faith is the HAV state. So manifesting purpose, this is your job. Remember, purpose, this is why you're here. Yeah. Let me say it again. Like, it's rough. When you really think about it, it's like, how come nobody told me this? Did they tell you? Like, nobody told me this is why we are here on earth. To basically be uncomfortable and live in a desire-fulfilled state. Because that's uncomfortable for some people. That's what we're talking about today. But I had to learn how to be comfortable, as we talked about in part 1, being uncomfortable. So I changed my perspective. So now I know that the desire-fulfilled state is literally a place where your purpose is to live in a place where you have 100%, remember what we said, gut initiative and trust in the unknown. Now, it's extremely important because this is a uncomfortable place for most people. So purpose is an uncomfortable place for some people. So we got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. But how do you do that? It's easy to say it, but it's a whole other thing to actually implement it. So when we're talking about, like, for example, in the next series where we're breaking down the 12 pearls of the New Jerusalem, but it talks about these 12 gates that contain these 12 pearls, and each gate has a single pearl in it. So the great city that's made of pure gold, like transparent glass, that it talks about in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, that's purpose. Purpose is awesome. Once you understand the game, once you understand that, okay, like, man, how come nobody told me that it ain't supposed to make sense? From the perspective of sometimes you, like what we call stepping into the dark. You take one step, source code takes 2 for that first step. So it's not success is not successful. It's not about, achieving the goal. Success is about taking the first step. So what does that mean though? Well, the process of faith in the desire fulfilled state is purpose. What does that mean? The only thing about manifesting is just one thing. The HAV state. I don't care what nobody else says. I don't care what I've been doing this for a long time. You have to fight. That's purpose. That's if you your purpose here is to learn how to live in a HAV state. That's it. Now we can say a bunch of other stuff, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna give you the steps here, but let me give you the smoking gun up front. Let's just cut through the chase, shall we? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Most of us here, we make shit up as we go. Even if you got a traditional 9 to 5, you have no guarantee that when you take your ass to work today, that they're not gonna fire you on the spot. 0. You could be the most productive person on it. If somebody don't like you, you don't kiss enough ass, you're gonna get fired. Politics. And it's interesting because I'm talking like with my bonus son, and he's getting a good dose of the good old boy Texas, style Like, just because you got the stats and you the number one, this, that, and the other, that doesn't mean that he got passed over for what, we call the all-star game. Well, they usually take the number one guy in each position. So he's the best quarterback. Well, you go to, so he's the best linebacker, but he didn't get selected. His coach, because he's nominated by the coach. Well, the coach ain't black. Coach is Caucasian. So he recommended, obviously, a Caucasian kid. So now he's getting a dose of reality. That's purpose. Your purpose is to change your perspective. When bad shit happens to good people, that's your purpose. That's why you are here, to be uncomfortable, and learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable and still win, despite. Now, for us old folks, we used to this. This ain't nothing new. These young cats coming up, they don't know nothing about purpose. See, purpose doesn't have. You can have a plan, you can have your process, you can have everything, or you don't have no plan, you don't have no process, and you still winning. This is how the universe works. The universe only responds to a made-up mind. That's it. I don't give up. Nothing matters except the have principle. If I'm honest, if I'm 100% honest, man, you can do all the techniques. I don't give a bump how much freaking Wim Hof breathing you do. I don't give a shit how many cold showers you take. I don't care how long you stare at the sun. I don't care, who done get there or what Reverend Dr. Bishop you got praying for you. Ain't shit gonna happen unless you are in the desire fulfilled state. The Bible says to him that have, period, more shall be given. So you need to figure out how to have when you don't have. That's the game. Nothing on earth matters except that. Sometimes I get tired of talking about other shit that don't matter at the end of the game. At the end of all of this, really the only thing that matters is the higher principle. That's really the only thing that we should be talking about, because that's the number one thing that nobody has. Very few people know how to live in a house in a desire fulfilled state. That's your job. So hold up, wait a minute. What about the destination? Doesn't matter. What about the step-by-step process? That doesn't matter. So the only thing that matters is what? Can you feel, honestly, like whatever it is that you want, you got? That's damn near impossible. You know anybody that can do that? That's for real. Let's just be honest, man. That's 100% honest. I've been doing this shit for a very long time. I'm one of the best at the game, man. I've been doing this, before some of you guys was, some of you youngsters, man, before y'all even got here. That's how long I've been in the game. So what are you saying though? Well, the game. I'm talking about the big picture, the one that nobody talks about. Yeah, that picture. So that picture is crazy because nobody talks about it. Everybody got all of these techniques about how to do this, how to do that, but do they work? Not really. The only thing that works is what? The only thing that works is the him that has more shall be given. That's it. That's the only thing you got to master. You have to figure out how do you live in a desire fulfilled state. That's your only job. You gotta figure out how to get yourself to a place where what would it feel like if you had X amount of dollars in your bank account? What does that feel like? What does it feel like if every organ in your body functioned according to its purpose? What does it feel like? What does it feel like if you had access? You could just go to Google and type in the answer to any question that you want. Is Jesus Lord? Click, and bam, the truth popped up. Is the earth flat? Click. What is the number one key to wealth, health, wisdom, and great relationships? Click. What if you had access? What would it feel like? That's my question to everybody on this call today. If you can answer, if you can put yourself in a feel-like state, that's what I do. So I've learned the hard way that, and I get tripped up just like you do. I get, all of these, it's called the shiny trinket or the shiny object syndrome. We all fall to the shiny object syndrome. There's a new shiny object that comes out every year, and that prevents people from manifesting. Your purpose is not to fall for the shiny object syndrome. That's why you're here on earth. The number one key to success is not to fall for the shiny object syndrome. Every year, man, like these dudes are good. I don't care what it is, man. They come out with a new, this is it. This is the number one way to do, whether it's Bitcoin or whether, you got every year they come out with, they come out with a new shiny object. And then the other thing that they come out with every year after the shiny object syndrome, they come out with the end of the world syndrome. There is a new and exciting opportunity every year. And everybody like, man, shit, dog, you saw that, brother? Bitcoin is out, dog, so everybody jump on the Bitcoin. Then the new shiny object come out. Now it's what? Artificial intelligence. That's the new shiny object. ChatGPT. Now what I do with every shiny object that comes out, I investigate it. I remember when everybody started doing, my boy Billy Jean, when they jumped onto, creating and taking advantage of paid advertising by going to Facebook, setting up a paid Facebook ad, and then those ads that you see on your Facebook page. I mean, when that first came out, same thing Instagram, same thing with YouTube. You're watching a YouTube video and then bam, an ad pops up, and you got to wait a certain amount of time, and then you can skip it. When that first came out, everybody jumped on it. Ooh, this is a new, and a lot of people make a lot of money doing paid advertising. The shiny object syndrome is to keep you from operating in your purpose. And that shit is gold. It's damn near God. Shiny object syndrome gets everybody, man. Look at the shiny object syndrome, SOS. They're sending out an SOS. The next series that we started, again, I sent out the pay scale for that, so that way you can, so for the people that's in a position to, go ahead and pay for it now, what did we say? We said it was only 100 and, I forgot what I said. What's my number set? Oh yeah, we said we pay for it today, it's only 127. So the new series that starts, and the new series is crazy, man. All of these series, the last series was crazy. But the new series, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about why shiny object syndrome gets everybody. And that is, we got to unlock the hidden codes of Saturn and Satan and Santa, which is the current AI supercomputer, trans-electrical or transcranial, because it transfers between both craniums, left hemisphere and right hemisphere, so it's a transcranial electrical magnetic stimulation. That's this world. And it's done by the news. So the news means NEWS, north, east, west, south. So it's news mind control. That's why you watch the news. That's why they got reporters, because the reporters are repeaters. So the more you watch the news, the more you mind control it. And the more you don't watch the news, the more you mind control it. See, these dudes, come on, man. They fund both sides of the war. So you like, shit, I don't watch the news, doc. So they got you, because that means you don't know what the fuck's going on. They say, well, shit, I watch the news, doc. Okay, they got you, because you know what's going on. Either way, any way you bless me, bless means blood. The word bless means blood sacrifice. It means for you to be covered in the blood of the Yahweh matrix, the Yahweh code. So the next thing we've got to break down deeper the Yahweh code, because some people are still in the Yahweh code. I don't know why, but shit, I mean, I kind of get it. Then we've got to break down the new heaven, the new earth, the new Jerusalem. We've got to explain Revelation 20, Revelation 21, Zechariah 14, Ezekiel 38, Ezekiel 39, Ezekiel 43, Revelation 20. Because, see, you can live in the cloud. You can live in the cloud and you can live in the metaverse, along with Elon Musk and your boy Zuckerberg. Or you can live in the new heaven, in the new earth, with the big G. You get a choice. Choose ye this day what frequency you would like to vibrate and oscillate on. So that's what we break it down in the new series. Starts on 1 at 1. So 1 o'clock Pacific, which is 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. So we got to get all those ones in there. So see, November, that's the 11th. The 1st, that's a 1. At 1 Pacific. I think that's California time. And it's only 127 if you pay before the 27th, before the 24th. Then it goes to 167, 197, and then it ends up at 297 if you pay on or after October the 30th. What's the point? Like every class that we take, your purpose on this planet is growth. Jesus said, Yahushua the HaMashiach, Yosef ben Yosef said, he came that you may have life and life more abundantly. So that's it. That's the only reason you're here. So now the question is, how do we grow? So the only way to grow is to live in the I'm already grown state. Okay, how do I live in the already grown state? The only way to live in the already grown state, you got to ask yourself, how would it feel if I'm already in the already grown state? Okay, what is your already grown state? Well, mine is, remember, this is predetermined. So my already grown state is September. So I got to live in September because I was born in September. Now, September, as we've talked about in many shows, for me, means total awareness. If you're born in January, that's Janus. That means that you have to act like you are in love, that you are evolving every day. Born in February, you got to act like you have singleness of mind every day. You got to ask yourself, damn, how would it feel just to have one purpose and just be fucking sold out? I'm telling you ready to knock a Negro smooth out. That's September. I mean, that's February. January, again, is love. But again, you got to define love. Love has nothing to do with feelings. Love has to do with this process that we're talking about today. Love is the ability to move, kind of like March. So January and March is very similar, but the way by which they move forward is different. So in January, you move forward through what we call compassion, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, sympathy and empathy. March, you move forward through more so by overcoming what? March is the ability to overcome this internal anger. So you're moving forward despite. That's March. March is like the military. It's more forceful. Most people that are born in March are very, 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 very laid back. That's why you're born. So you're born, God gave you what you need to overcome your negative habit pattern. It's inside of the month that you was born, because your month is your map. That's your motivated abilities pattern. M-A-P, map. So January, February, March, what we got next? So April. Remember like, what's that, April showers, May flowers thing? So what is April? April is the month of amplification. So that's, your brain must be occupied with amplifying, like blowing shit up, like the Energizer Bunny. Notice how each month contains your map. So you got to live there. You can't visit. Like means like I live in the state of Texas. I live in the state of Texas. So I live in a state. I live in a middle. I got an address. I got my driver's license. I got my mailing here. Everything comes to this state. So that's my motivated abilities pattern. That's purpose. Damn. Like, I don't even teach this enough. I should be teaching this more. Cause I do it, I teach it, and then even I will fall to prey to the SOS that we talked about earlier. It got me. It gets me too. Every once in a while, I'm the SOS. I see that SOS shot. I'm like, ooh. And hey, so the show to be shining, Sister Cheryl. You Sister Cheryl, you know what I'm talking about. Reverend Cheryl, you know what I'm talking about. Sister Addie, Sister Carolina. What about you, Sister Sandra? Sister Sandra, have you fallen prey to the SOS? I think it got us all. I think, we've all, you know, we all fall for it. Shiny object syndrome. Oh, it'd be really shiny. What about relationships? You see that shiny girl? You see them big titties and that big badonky dog? What happens? Shiny. Shit shiny. Shiny object syndrome. Man, it's like a lot of love. So what do? Well, we got to get back to the process of faith in the have state. That's the only way out. All of manifesting can be wrapped up. Like when they asked Jesus, can you sum it up? Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Second is like the first. So if I wrap up life while you here, you're here to manifest. Manifest means to grow. How do you do that? You gotta live in your have state. What's the have state? What does it feel like to have $300,000 in your bank account? That's what I tell myself every day. When I wake up every day, I tell myself, what does it feel like, Doc? The day I didn't feel like waking up, then I ask myself, damn, what's it feel like to have $300K in your account? I said, ooh-wee. Then I put that treadmill on 10. I was gone to town. Why? I like that feeling. I'm going to stop playing. That's it. That's how you manifest. But then you got to ask yourself the next question, though. I need a step-by-step process. So purpose is actually not having a step-by-step process. The process is not a process. The process is a gut feeling. So every day I wake up, I'm tuned in to the spirit. Remember, I walk in the spirit. Every day. Remember, the Bible says if you walk in the spirit, you cannot fulfill the lust of the flesh. So how? The map. January is love. February is spirituality. March is courage. April is amplification. May is balance. So if you're born in the month of May, this is a mental state. You got to live. You cannot visit. See, we are visiting the unknown. We got to live in the unknown. Nobody told me, man, that my bread will be given to me daily. I mean, I read the Our Father, started having a holiday hour, and then the kingdom come that will be done on earth as it is heaven. I read the Our Father's prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. I read it. I didn't know it was talking about daily, like bread means money. So if you're born in May, you got to balance all of the emotions, all of the energy that's going on in your life. That's how you get your bread. Now you're born in June. June is what? Feminine wisdom. Remember? Now this is just we talked about this before, but I'm bringing it back up so that way we can over and understand that okay, this SOS, the shiny object syndrome, is preventing you from operating in your standing operating procedure. So the SOS has replaced the SOP. That's how they got me. I don't want them to get you, Brother Mitch. I don't want to get you, Brother Mitch. So they come out with the shiny object syndrome to replace the standing operating procedure. Whoever they are, we don't know who they are, Brother Mitch. But whoever they are, they good, Brother Mitch. They part of the no play zone. Shit been working like clockwork. So that's why my job is to expose the enemy. That's the point of every class. So after we get through with feminine wisdom, then we go to July. July is action. So that means every day you got to ask yourself, if you're born in July, damn, how does it feel just to wake up every day and just take action? I mean, you know exactly what to do. You ain't got to ponder. You ain't got to pray. No sun gazing, no earth things. You just know, click, just action. If you're born in August, you got to ask yourself every day, damn, what does it feel like to have an impact not only on my own soul, but everybody else's soul? That means that if you're born in August, you just have this power. Remember, you got to live in the soul healing state. You can't visit that. So every day you having an impact on people's souls. Now, this happens automatically, by the way. It's just either whether it's positive or negative. So you're born in August. If you're born in August, people's brain are being affected by when you're operating in your lane. You just want to do it. But we want to grow, not decay. Remember, Yahushua came that you may have life. So your purpose for being on this planet is to grow. Period. Drop the mic. Now, there's different ways that you can determine what is considered growth. If you're born in January, love is considered growth. If you're born in February, spirituality is considered growth. If you're born in March, courage is considered growth. If you're born in April, amplification is considered growth. If you're born in May, is balance. June, feminine wisdom. July's action. August is soul healing. Soul, remember, is mind, will, emotion, imagination, and intellect. September, we talked about before, is total awareness. So if you're born in September, your growth is determined. When you get to heaven, God will say, how aware are you? And if you say, well, you got a little bit of awareness, okay, you got to go back, try again. You get back in the portal, reincarnation. You say, oh, you see that bright shiny light, and it's like, remember on that Monster Zinc, what was it, Monster Zinc? Which one? Where they had the little bugs, and they were sliding into the light, and it was like, don't go into the light. It's like, I can't help it, and they just flew right into the light. Come back and try again. So my job is to be aware. Now, remember, all of these have positives and negatives. Like I always talk about, especially for September, because the darkest part of being born in September is your gift. Everybody's gift is also your flaw. Your flaw is your flaw. So your greatest power is also the source of your most damaging weakness. The problem with born in September is you're aware. You are the jack of all trades and you are the master of none. You broke as fuck. Because you're aware of everything, but you don't implement nothing. So September, you got to implement. Well, that gets into the next thing, which is your deity, your God. Your deity is your day. But going back to your map, if you're born in the octagon, you're born in October, yours is emotional balance. That's how you get paid. That's your map. That's your purpose. Your purpose is to live in a state of emotional balance. Everybody I know that's born in October, they emotionally all over the place. So I tell you guys all the time when I talk to my daughter, so when she calls, I'm like, okay. I said, why you calling me? You already know what I'm going to say. Yeah, I know that, but no, ain't no buts. God don't like big butts. I like big butts, but the source code don't. God does not like thoughts with butts. I mean, I don't know why, but he don't. Or she don't. So if you know what to do, but that's how you know you're in Groundhog's Day. And you're going to say, yeah, I'm talking, you listening to me, yeah, Doc, but you don't understand, brother. I know. Shiny object syndrome. Fucked up your standard operating procedure. I know. I've been doing this shit for 60 plus years, bro. You preaching to the choir. So if you're born on October, nobody care about your feelings. I mean, you got them. They valid. You can feel whatever you want. Never let nobody devalue you by saying that your feelings are not valid. Your feelings are valid. Unfortunately, they're only valid for you. And unfortunately, you can't go to Chase Bank and take no money out with your feelings. Fortunately. Unfortunately, you cannot pay your light bill with your feelings. But you can have them. So I'm not going to deny you, but in order for you to get paid, you got to let go of your feelings. So as soon as you get rid of all those feelings and replace them with one feeling, what's that one feeling? Desire fulfilled state. What does that feel like? But I can feel like that right now, brother, because I'm feeling self-rejected. I'm feeling self-betrayal. And I'm feeling self-abandonment. Okay, when you get tired of being broke, busted, and disgusted, trade that feeling in for wealth, health, and wisdom. See, this is a feelings game. You got to trade one feeling for another. So you're feeling what? That's your money. As soon as you get, your money is behind that door called feelings. If you're feeling anything other than what does it feel like to have, like for me, 300K. What does it feel like to have 300K in my bank account? Because remember, that's 1K a day, do the math. What is 30 days? I'm not the mathematician. So if everybody's different, it could be $100 a day for you. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Math is the math. It takes the same amount of energy to make $3 as it does to make 30. It takes the same amount of energy that it takes to make $30 to make $300. It takes the same amount of energy, thought, to make $300 as it does to make 3,000. It takes the exact same amount of thought, energy, have state energy, to make 3,000 as it does to make 30. It takes the same amount of energy to make 30,000 as it does to make 300,000. It takes the same amount of energy to make 300,000 as it does to make 3 mil. You see where I'm going with this? Well, fuck what the amount. The amount doesn't matter, bro. The destination doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the have state. The have state is the step-by-step process. That's the gut initiative that is married to, I wish a Negro would, this position. That's called trust. So we got a conundrum. What's the conundrum? Well, I got a gut feeling, Doc, but I don't trust it. Oh, you in trouble, bro. You in trouble. That means you don't trust God. And they say that for whatever reason, especially women that are raised in homes where there's no fathers, because the father represents the father, the godly figure. Those women struggle more, not only in relationships when they get older, but also with manifesting. Why? They don't trust the father. The same thing happens with men who are raised with no or bad mothers. Because your parents represent how you interpret the source. Because they are your first providers. God is a provider and a protector. Don't tell them, but I told you. So where we at? So we left out with September. Nope, we left out with October. So after October, emotional balance, we got November. So if you wake up every day in November, you should take some deep nostril breathing, let it out, and then you ask yourself, damn, what does it feel like to be fucking successful? Now think about it. Close your eyes. You got to put a vision in your head of whatever success, cars, houses, money, perfect health, whatever your definition of success is, and put yourself there. Imagine you are in a place where you are successful and you feel blank. You got to fill in the blank. Whatever that is, that's where you got to live every day. That's it, brothers and sisters. That's the secret sauce. Now, I can talk about a bunch of other shit, but at the end of the day, that's just going to take you back to the shiny object syndrome, because then you're going to have too many minds. You're going to focus on a bunch of other shit. Everybody needs to focus on one thing, the have principle. You living in the wrong state, bro. That's it. Like, could you imagine I got a house, I got my car, I got everything in Texas, and I drive to Utah every day. And I get to Utah, and I'm like, what? And I'm walking around, like, damn, where my house at? Let's say they got the same address in Utah that I have here in Texas. So, but I'm in Utah. But I live in Texas. So what the fuck I'm doing in Utah? Then what if I have another thought about, I'm going to go to South Dakota. Then I'm going to hang out, I'm going to go to Nebraska. Then I'm going to go over to Washington State. That's what happens when we change thoughts. So if you're having thoughts that don't have shit to do with your state, that's how the devil gets us. He gets everybody like that, man. The dude's good. I told y'all, man, he's been doing this shit for a long time. He don't care what state you're in, as long as it's not yours. So if you're born in November, I don't care what you're thinking about. As long as you ain't thinking about success, we are good. If you're born in Decem or 10 or December, you're the spiritual wisdom. So as long as you're not operating in spiritual wisdom, so your job is to ask yourself, what's it feel like to be very spiritually wise? And the answer is, that should be what you think about 24/7, 365. That's your purpose. So all my life, I was looking for a thing. All my life, I was looking for something to do. See, I thought purpose was something that you're supposed to do. I mean, that's how I started out. I started out by like, I got to find something to do. Because I had all of these jobs, 68, last count. And I was like, damn, do I go for job 69? So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna die or figure this the fuck out. Bam. That's when I found my purpose. But even that was, again, shiny object syndrome. So the devil is smart. So there's like, let's just say, for shits and giggles, your purpose can be divided up into 3 layers. But you don't know. You just think that your purpose is what I taught when I started, and that was my life path number. So that's what I did. So I did my life path number, Brother Jesse, and I broke it down, man, and I figured it out, Brother Jesse, and I was like, okay, my life path number, nobody could help me with this, nobody else was doing. People had gematria, numerology, theomathematics, biblical alphanumerics, the Kabbalah, Hebrew, 22 letters, 22 amino acids. So the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet control the 22 amino acids in your body. So your body is animated or depressed depending on how you use the 22 Hebrew alphabets that are now the 26 English letters. So you got 22 Hebrew letters that have been transliterated. They just abolished it, really. They butchered it. So they fucked it up. Short story for a long story. So they fucked up your DNA. Whoever they are, we don't know who they are. So now, the 3 layers of your purpose. It used to be 1, but now it's been divided up into life path, experience, knowledge. So they got me. So the devil don't care, Sister T. The devil don't care, Sister T, if you get your purpose. If you hook up with me, Sister T, and you say, oh, Brother Will said my life path number is I'm an 11-2. The devil don't give a fuck. They go on out there, Sister T. Shit, you are a master number 11, which means you have inner knowing. That means you are a empath. The devil don't care. He doesn't care the fact that you can pick up frequencies, waves, and vibrations from another planet. He like, shit, I can do that too, Sister T. So the devil is not impressed that you are a master psychic. In fact, that he's so good, he's so confident, he's going to overwhelm you with feelings. So now, Sister T, you're going to walk around here looking like, a woman that's an emotional wreck. He's going to make you feel way more than you can process. He's going to keep you in a state of processing, like a computer. You ever know your computer gets stuck? And you waiting for it, and you got the little, this is just processing and processing. You're like, damn, where's the website at? You tip on the website, you hit enter, and it doesn't pop up. Well, the computer's processing, calm down, brother. So you go, get your glass of water, you come back, and your computer is still processing. You know what I did? I got like at least 10 computers. Because they can defrag your computer, meaning that if you throw your computer away, everything that you put on that computer, even if you erase it, if you put a magnet on it, FBI, CIA, these fools and these hackers, they can pull off your private information. Never throw away a computer. Whatever's on that hard drive is on there permanently, even if it's deleted. Y'all know that, right? Yeah, y'all know that. Now, you just have to get a big-ass magnet. That's the only way to fry. And the only reason I know this is my son-in-law, my oldest daughter's husband. He's in that space. He one of those computer nerd guys. He was like, yeah, Mr. Rogers, your computer, dog. He said, if you got any old computers, bring them to me. I can get them back up and running, blah, blah, blah. That's an 11. And 11 is like elephants. They don't forget shit. And unfortunately, they don't forget shit. So it keeps them bogged down. So the T, what you got to do? You got to understand that, okay, that's the devil's plan. Okay, what's God's plan? Well, God gave you this gift. That you can meet somebody, you can immediately know if they full of shit or if they high vibrational. Or you can meet somebody and you don't know shit. Remember, it cuts both ways. Whatever degree that swings to the left, it also swings to the right. I just recommend that you do what? You use the day that you was born to maximize the month that you was born. So in addition to the life path, you got something else. We all got it, not just Sister T. Everybody has life experiences. Now remember, so your purpose is a combination. It's like you got a square, you divide it into 3 pieces. That makes what? We take a circle and put it in 3 squares. That's the peace sign. That's how you get peace. We call it the Trinity. So it is this life path. It is these experiences, and it is this gnosis or knowledge. So the knowledge is the implementation of all of these experiences that you have, along with what we call book study and, blah, blah, blah. So when you combine these 3, that gives you, or that activates what I call chi. When you combine the 3, you activate the chi. So the enemy knows how to keep each and every one of us in Groundhog Day. That's so that way we don't grow. You only remember, you're here for one purpose and one purpose only. Move forward. So you're not here to work on your website. You're not here to do your makeup. You're not here to, build a empire of, freaking basket weavings. What are we here for? Spiritual growth. Okay, sounds good. How do we grow, brother? Spiritually speaking. We are, remember we said yesterday. So everybody on this call, you are unlimited God. God was so big, He's like, I encompass everything. So therefore, I need to experience. So how can you experience something? Well, I have to departmentalize myself. So God is personalized, what we call purpose. God is individualized, what we call purpose. God is magnetized or crystallized, what we call purpose. So that's what God is. So you are God. You just don't know. Thankfully, you don't know, because then you wouldn't have no problems. So God is like playing this game. God is like, you know what? I'm going to dumb myself down and put myself in this little box, and then I'm going to see if I can, and then I'm going to drink from the sea of forgetfulness. I'm going to drink some tea, and I'm going to forget that I'm God. So I got amnesia, and then I'm going to see if I can figure out. I can't, in order for it to be a really honest test, I'm going to put some clues, I'm going to hide some clues throughout my journey to kind of help me out. But I cannot remember none of my prior existence with myself. Because if I remember, then it's not a game. It's like, it's cheating. It's not fun. So God's like, I want this to be fun. Focus unconditionally now. F-U-N. So God said, damn, how can I make this game, but I don't want to get stuck in the game. I don't want to fuck myself. So God is like, I got to make sure that I can get back home. So I'm going to leave myself something called signs and symbols. This is called sigils. Well, a piece of God figured out that he was God. And or, who you talk to, a piece of God brought into the narrative of the game so much that it brought the narrative of the game. That God is called Samael. So Samael created what they call the Yahweh matrix, or the Yahweh code, which we're going to be explaining in more detail in the next series. Why? Because I've talked to everybody on this call. I posted on Facebook. There are people who still love Jesus. They still in the Yahweh cult. They still have this frequency that denies their magnetism. And so we've got to go down a little bit further. Just give you, remember, I ain't trying to save. I ain't trying to change. I'm not trying to influence. I'm not trying to inspire. I'm retired. I don't do none of that shit no more. Remember, your power, and you got it, is so strong that whatever you believe comes true. You are the way you are because that is what you believe about yourself. Your whole reality, everything, It's because you believe it. Now I gotta say that shit real slow, man. This will fuck your brain up for real. If you can honestly think about what I just said. So think about whatever's negative going on in your life right now. And then ask yourself, what is it about this that I love? The only way it can exist because you love it. And what we said yesterday, act on your highest passion. But you're already doing it. That's what changes your passion. Now I gotta say that again for the niggas in the back. Right now, you are already, past tense, acting on your highest passion. Now remember, we already noticed, but we already broke down that three-headed monster. Yeah, come on, preacher. Remember we talked about self-betrayal, self-rejection, self-abandonment. Well, my mama didn't love me, so I don't love me either. Well, your mama ain't here no more. So guess what? Look at the way you love yourself. That's easier said than done, I understand. But let's be crystal clear. What is your purpose? Growth. What kind of growth? Shadow work growth. What does that mean, bro? That means you are God, but you're holding yourself back by staying in the shadow instead of walking in the light. So get in the light, bro. Well, I don't want to get in the light, brother. I'm shy. Bam. Why are you shy? Well, they weren't as smart as my sister or my brother. And my parents, they always promoted them and stuff. So, I just learned, man. Yeah, we all learned helplessness. We all learned hopelessness. Nobody was born helpless. We were all born fucking rock stars. We just learned how to be stage hands. It's not our fault. You're a grown-ass man now. Or a grown-ass woman. What does that mean? Well, now you got to put your big boy drawers on. Or your big girl panties on. Forgive yourself, love yourself, promote yourself. Again, very easy said to do, because why? Your future self, that's what should be showing up today. You should go to work today. You should be at work right now as your future self. You should not be at work today as your present self. If you are, you're fucking yourself. Part of my friendship. What are you saying? I called up time. I pump the brakes, brother. So what do you mean? I got to show up to work as my future self. When I wake up every day, brother Mitch, I put myself in my future self's state. I woke up and I said, got out of bed. I was like, no working out for me today. Sleeping wet late. I'm not going to do no shows today. I'm not going to work on no Dear Connect reports. I'm not going to promote the new series. Fuck it. Just going to chill today. Then I asked myself, I said, self, go check your PayPal account. She had 300,00.00. Or even if it's 30,00.00. It could be just 3,00 point. It could be just 30.00. It could just be 3. How would you feel? I could sell a $3 book. That's $3 I didn't have. I could sell a $30 book. I could sell a $300. I could sell 3,000. I could sell 30, 300, 3 mil. You see, the amount is not as important as the process by which the amount came to me. Stop playing. This is $6 right here, boy. Say that one time. Jesse in the back. It's not the amount. It's not the destination, my brother. It's not the destination, my sister. So let's make sure we all understand. So the did you get that, Sister Sandra? What about you, Brother Mitch? See, we focus so much on the destination. We should. That's not your purpose, though. Is your purpose a destination? But it's not. Jesus came that you may have life. Zoe and Zoe. Zoe, have you said? Z-O-E. ZOA. Now, if you anything like me and my boy, brother Osani, and who else are my septums? Oh, man, who else is born in September? That's all I can remember. I think it's me and you, brother Osama. Oh, there's a couple other people born in September. Who else? Let me see. Who else is born in September? Nope. Anyway, there's a couple of us. So Jesus came that you may have this thing called life and life. Ooh, double life. Don't tell them what I told you. So Jesus came that everybody may have. So you ain't gonna get that. You know, some people they had triple life. When I worked in the supermax, there were some fools in there that had triple life. Like, damn, bro, you ain't never seen the light of day. That's crazy. They knew they was gonna die in prison. That's a whole another one. You got to go to a whole other place. So Jesus came that you might have life. Not your mama, not your daddy, you. That you might have life. That's why Jesus came. So this is the only way to get over SOS, shiny object syndrome. You can whoop shiny object syndromes if you can tap into life and life. Double life, bruh. Everybody I know was single life. Remember the Bible talks about in the book of Revelations, in the new series, we're going to be breaking it down. It talks about the first death and the second death. Don't tell anybody I told you. You can read it though. Revelations 21. Start verse 21. 21. That's another study for another time. What about 10:10? 10:10 is how you win. Anybody remember John 10:10? Well, John 10:10 is crazy. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that you might have life and that you might have it, that's life, more abundantly. So we got a conundrum. Are you here today for life and life? So we got the wrong purpose. Like Jesus was a radical dude. If you go up a little bit, Jesus said, let's say John 10:6. We talk about this parable Jesus spake unto them, but they understood not. What parable? Let's go back. Jesus, John 10:1. It's very important. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, that same Negro is a thief and a robber. So that lets me know there's a bunch of different ways to go through the door. But you shouldn't take those different ways to go through that door, because if you do, Jesus don't like Negroes that take shortcuts. I used to be one of those Negroes, but I retired. I found out that Source don't like Negroes that takes the easy road. Everybody I know, they in the dark. I just want a life of comfort, brother. It's gonna get me on me, my four, and no more, homie. Well, guess what? You gotta go to the back of the line, homie. Now this is the smoking gun. This changed your life, brother Mitch. Change your life, brother. When you read John 10, verse 1, Sister Coleman, it says specifically, Sister Coleman, that he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way. So, Sister Coleman, we can't go the other way, Sister Coleman. We got to go through the door. The door means a portal. You got your own portal. Sister Coleman got a portal. I got a portal. Father Short of the West. She's got a Short of the West. Sister Short, you don't got no portal, Sister Short. Everybody got a portal stuff up. Okay, now I'm just playing, Sister Short. Everybody, we all got a portal. Even Sister Short of the West. Sister Short got one too. So everybody got a portal, Brother Jesse. But guess what? I can't go through Brother Jesse's portal. And because Jesse can't go through my portal. So the Sandra can't go through Sister T's. Sister T, she can't go through Brother Osama's. We all got our own portal. He that enters not by the door. Now that word door is interesting.
Strong's G 2374. Tura. Tura.
Now the door, Tura, and sheephole. You got to go through the sheephole.
4263. Prabhatan. Prabhatan.
Oh yeah, Prabhatan. So Tura means door. Prabhatan means sheephole. So we got to go through the door. Now, the word door, out of all of the words, this word here, vestibule. I was like, what the hell is that? It looks like the word is vegetable there, Sister Coleman, but it's not. It's V-E-S, like vest. So, like being a country boy from Texas, when down here we don't know what shit means, we look it up. So that word, let me pull it up for you.
Vestibule.
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 Very similar to vestibule, but vestibule. It means a passage or door that leads to an interior door. So this vestibule is simply another fancy way of saying like a doorway or hallway. But it means a entryway that leads to a small cavity or space. And it says oral or interior. So there is a specific entryway. Or, again, that was another word that stood out when we're talking about this entryway. This, door that takes us to the sheepfold. Because this is your purpose. Why you here on this planet. Now, this other word that stood out. Anteroom. One more time. Where'd it go? There we go.
Anteroom.
A-N-T-E-R-R-O-O-M. Anteroom. It says a room that admits to a larger room. Anteroom. So there's a hallway that takes you to another hallway. Takes you to another hallway. Takes you to another hallway. Take you to another hallway. Take you to another hallway. You get the picture. The multiverse. Multiverse. So there's a room that gives way to a larger room. Come on, preacher. So Jesus says, hey, I'm the room. I'm the hallway that enters into another hallway. Jesus said, say, hey, in my Father's house there are many mansions. If it was not so, I would not have told you so. Yeah, ask your preacher about that, bruh. Your preachers don't know shit about that. Oh, very few. It's vestibule. Vestibule, how you say it? It's a doorway. It means doorway to the kingdom of heaven. That's what it really means. So, I don't know about you. Jesus is the doorway that enters the kingdom. As I said before, that's what he said. I didn't say it. Is there anybody on this call that when you get to your house, do you worship the door or do you worship the house? I got a nice house and I got a very nice front door. That fucking front door weighs, I've got some crazy, like fucking 500-600 pounds. You have to take the hinges off. Nobody's gonna come through that door. You can probably break the frame, but the door, you're not coming through that door. That's a solid oak. Heavy as me. That's Jesus. Jesus is an awesome door. But he leads to the house. That's what all Christians got beat because they worship the door. I ain't mad at you though, it's a nice door. Me, I went through the door into the house, like he said. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold. Now that word sheepfold, again.
Strong's G 4263. Prabhatan. Prabhatan.
Ooh-wee. Prabhatan. Prabhatan, again, well, look at the English word sheep. So Prabhatan means, like, it says, small cattle, a.k.a. sheep. Any four-footed, tamed animal. Emphasis on the word four-footed. Now, the word propaton.
Strong's G 4260. Probino. Probino.
Comes from the word probino. Now, probino means, so go at four-footed animal or sheep, and it says to go forward or to go on. Probino means the base. This is the base to walk. It means to walk forward, to advance, to be of great age, to go forward. What is the purpose of life, brother? What is the purpose of life, sister? To mother beep, 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 go forward. This is how you do it. I'll tell you what I told you. This is purpose, homie. This is purpose. That's why you are referred to as a sheep. Because the sheep, again, are designed to go forward. Probino. But let's break that word down a little further, shall we?
Strong's G 4253. Pra.
So they're dividing probino. So we got the word pra or the word pro. So pra or pro means F-O-R-E. It means I-E, front of, prior. It means superior, to be before. So it means before. Pra. So it means before. Before. Next word.
Strong's G 939. Basis.
So bino means basis. B-A-S-I-S. Basis. Basis means walking, stepping, that which one steps, as in foot. It means bino means to walk. Remember, the Bible says walk in the bam. That's the word bino. Basis, to walk. So this word means pre-walk, basically. Pre-walking. It's like spirit walking. So the word sheepfold and the word door, both of these words have, so Jesus is, let's use the word, a entryway that allows someone to walk before they start walking. Pre-walking. Spirit walker. Anybody remember the show that we did on spirit walking? I wrote a whole book called Spirit Walker. Anybody want to read it? I'm just saying. Spirit walker. That'd be me. What's your purpose? Spirit walking, bro. You a spirit walker. You're supposed to be walking in the spirit. That way, you will pass in the flesh. The flesh is the after party, homie. The spirit is where you should live. What is the spirit? The spirit is the have state, man. Stop playing. What is the have state? So the have state is shit going on in the physical. We don't worry about the physical. We don't react to the physical. We don't give a fuck about the physical. Why? We in a pre-walking state. That's what Jesus is at. Jesus is the pre-walker. He's a spirit walker. That's your purpose. Walk in the spirit. What that mean, Doc? That means live in a place where all your desires are fulfilled. What that mean? Well, for me, I'm born in Septum. Septum means I live in a place where I got awareness of everything that's going on. Then I'm going to use the day because that's my God. And I'm born on the 15th. So I'm going to take my 156. So I'm an individual, freedom, fun-loving, twirling in the wind, fabulous freedom fighter, 5. So that way I can communicate. So the only way for me to communicate to you is if I feel independent and free. The best way for me to feel independent and free, as I found out, is to be wealthy, healthy, wise, and get my toes curled. Then I'm on cloud 9. I mean, I don't know, but Jesse, it's just magnanimous, bro. I mean, I've tried other things, Brother Jesse, but I keep coming back to the day that I was born. The day that I was born and hold it's magnanimous for me, brother. I cannot put it into the English language. I like being free, Brother Jesse. And I like being independent. I don't like working for the man, Brother Jesse. I don't know. It's just something about. It's just the way that I'm wired, brother. No disrespect for people that's not wired that way. But I'm a 156. That's my deity. And my map is septum. So I 156 all my way to awareness. That's the state I live in. So that's how I walk in the Spirit. Everybody on this call should be walking in the Spirit. That way you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh, which is what? Anybody know what the fruit of the flesh is? Asking for a friend. What is the fruit of the flesh? This is how you know you're not in the Spirit. Whenever you are producing the fruit of the flesh. Now, it's real easy because it's a feeling. How you feeling? So anytime I'm not feeling magnanimous, I replace the flesh with the Spirit. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, brother, that's easy, like taking candy from a baby. No, it does require you to operate in your standard operating procedure so you can replace, all of these shiny objects that keep showing up in your life, that shiny object syndrome. So you got, remember fornication, adultery, uncleanness, idolatry, sorcery, wrath, jealousy, envy, strife. Man, it's a whole bunch of them suckers. I mean, it's like, think about 9 of them. So whenever you are feeling those 9 feelings, that's how you know. So what do? Because remember, purpose means you have no idea. You just have your desire fulfilled. How are you going to fulfill your desire? Don't know, don't really care. When the road unveils itself, I'm going to take it. If the road doesn't unveil itself, I'm just going to walk in the Spirit until it unveils itself in the flesh. That's purpose. Let me tell it again. This is the secret sauce. The secret sauce is for you because your brain going to remember. Your brain's going to say, "What the fuck are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" Your brain's going to tell you that every day, all day, 24/7. Especially when you get close to a deadline. You got to, let's say you got to write a 300-page. You got to do a 300. You got to do a dissertation. For whatever reason, you wait till the last minute. You got 2 weeks left. You got to come up with a whole, 300-page dissertation. You got to come up with X amount of dollars, or you got to, lose. Whatever you got to do. You are up against the wall. What do? Immerse your brain in your desired fulfilled state. How do we do that? So for some reason or another, the brain amplifies whatever you maintain. For some reason or another, it's just crazy. Let me say it again. I should write this down. The brain amplifies whatever you maintain. Why does it do that? Well, that's the way source code sets the shit up. So the brain amplifies whatever you maintain. Energy flows where attention goes. So why would you put your attention on the problem when you know that if you put your attention on the problem, you're going to get more of the problem? So the problem is probably the shiny object syndrome. That's replacing the standard operating procedure. So you got to replace the SOF with the SOP. See, the SOP allows you to be. Now, I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, yeah, it's just easy, man. Just wake up and just, it's just all, freaking Skittles and unicorns. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that you got to put your energy. Don't fight. Just take your attention and place it. Remember, don't turn this into something that it's not. Don't make this harder than what it is. You wake up in the morning or you drive in your car, you notice that you're thinking about what could happen wrong. Acknowledge that is, that could happen. And then immediately say, but this could happen also. Yes, that could happen. But what if this happens? So every time you find yourself thinking about the negative, always say to yourself, but what if the positive happens? Always, find yourself, are you thinking about, okay, what if I don't make no money? What if I make $30,000 today? I got the life management system set for $1,000. I posted on TikTok. I think I did the video. Well, I probably should do another one today. I did one yesterday. I could get 30 people to purchase the life management system at $1,000. That's $30,000. Because the next series will start at $297. It starts on November the 1st. Now you guys can get in early at only $127. Anybody can for that matter. But instead everybody wait, and on the 1st, I get 5,000 people send me $297. I'm no mathematician, but that's a nice chunk of change. You got 5,000 people. You say, but there ain't no 5,000 people going to see you. Okay. What about 50 people? If 50 people send you $297, that's 14.8. 5. Hey, I can live with that. What do you think, Brother Mitch? Not bad for a day's work. So when my brain tells me something negative, I replace it with something that's positive. But it got to be believable. 500 people, that's believable for me. Even 5,000. But 50 people. And so remember, the math doesn't matter as much as your belief. So I believe, even if it's only 10 people. So I know I can get 10 people. Well, that put me right at 2,935, 70. What's the point in all of this? The point is to make sure that you have a standard operating procedure that replaces the shiny object syndrome. Because the shiny object is going to want you to take a shortcut. Remember, Source doesn't do shortcuts. Usually, Kenneth, you may have a step-by-step system called belief, but it got to be now. So now faith is. It's crazy, but that's the God's honest truth. Your belief is your system. Let me say it again. Your belief in your gut, your trust in yourself, that whatever your gut tells you to do, your heart can amplify it, and your brain can carry it out. That's your purpose. Your purpose is not necessarily to have a step-by-step system written down on a piece of paper. God, the big one, doesn't really work by that. It's crazy. God, for whatever reasons, is very instinctual. It's not an algorithm. The system that we live in is based upon patterns, because patterns are powerful in this system. But as I step into the new heaven and the new earth, the new Jerusalem, I'm not seeing no patterns. What I am seeing is spooky science. What I am seeing is qubit science and quantum physics. I'm seeing the manipulation of subatomic particles using a large language model. That's what I'm seeing. So even though we did the series on AI and we broke down that you are soul trapped in a computer, you're a ghost in the shell, we didn't really go into the Saturn computer chip and how computational power replaces authenticity with an algorithm. So now they created a synthetic algorithm based upon your computation power. They created a synthetic algorithm based off your computation power. They created a synthetic algorithm based off of your biological algorithm. They created a synthetic version of you based off of your likes, your posts, your searches off of Google. There's an artificial synthetic version of you that operates just like you. So if they replace you, no problem. Because I noticed my boy, and again, I ain't saying this is true as far as like no individual person. I'm paying very close attention to my boy Billy Carson. compared to the old Billy Carson and the new one with the new Chinese chick. Remember, they always have a handle. Like, look at Kanye West. He always, that handler is that mate. Y'all look for that soulmate. Be careful. They might send you one. Brothers and sisters, you're an individual expression of God. That means that you use your creativity and your imagination to solve problems. You don't use an algorithm. You're not a pattern that I can put in a box called a computer. Because they don't have no creativity, they don't have no gut initiative. The Anunnakis, the Fallens, they don't have a soul. So they need you. They need your mind, your will, your emotions, your imagination, and your intelligence because they don't have one. That's why yours is personalized. That's why yours is individualized. That's why yours is crystallized or Christ. Do not let no person, place, or thing hijack your soul. The process of faith is the have state. So every day you ask yourself, what does it feel like to be in the have state? And whatever the answer is to that, you feel that every day. And actually, it should change every day. Not the have state, but the feeling. Every day when I ask myself, man, what does it feel like to have every month? What does it feel like to have $30K in my deposit every month? Then my brain tells me and sends me the person, the place, the thing, the process by which to generate the $30K. Notice it doesn't come till after I determine how I want to play, a.k.a. live. Jesus came that you may live, that you may have life. How do you want to live your life? Let me close with this. I posted this on my Facebook page a couple of days ago. I would like for everybody to text me your answers. It could be one word. It doesn't have to be long. I'm just curious. If you woke up today and you were filthy, I'm talking filthy. That means that you had enough money that I don't give a fuck what you brought. The interest of your money was like $1 million a day. I mean, you were filthy rich. You never, ever have to worry about money again in your life. I don't care how much money you spend. You could not spend it enough because your interest was, the interest on the principal was more than you could spend every month. Just the principal, just the interest. You could live off the interest for the rest of your natural. You never have to worry about money again, ever. It's more real money. If you woke up tomorrow and you are filthy rich, you never have to worry about money again. What would you do next? What would you do for a living? What would you do with the rest of your life? Now, think about it before you answer the question. If you woke up tomorrow and you were filthy, I ain't talking about a couple of $1 million. I'm talking about real money, a bunch of it, oodles and oodles of money. What would you do with the rest of your life? How would you spend every day? Now, if you think about it, if you honestly think about the question, that's a dangerous question. That is a scary question for me. Now, if you honestly answer that question, like honestly, If you take some time, really think about it, what is your answer? Honestly, if money was not an object, what would you do with your life every day? Every day, you can't say you go fishing, because that's eventually I don't care how much fishing you do. You may do that. You can't say I'm going to go, Paris and Rome and travel, because eventually you're going to run out of time. Remember, we're talking about what's going to be your routine for the rest of your life. Every day you're going to wake up and you're going to do, how are you going to spend your life? I need everybody to write that down or text that or email me that. If money was not an issue, if you woke up tomorrow morning and you had oodles and oodles and oodles of cash, you could not spend it, how would you spend the rest of your life? What would you do for a living? Because, you see, in that question, there's something hidden in that question. How would you spend the rest of your life? Money is not an object, remember. You got oodles and oodles and oodles of cash. You got more money than you can spend in 20 lifetimes. So every day for the rest of your life, let's say you got another, 50 years on this planet. What can you do every day for the rest of your life that didn't involve pay? See, most of us, we think that we do for our life, we do in our life because we get paid. So I just removed money. Money is no more longer the mean. Everybody got money. Everybody is a cajillionaire. Everybody got cajillions of dollars. Please text me or email me what would you do with the rest of your life. Brothers and sisters, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Purpose is not SOS, it's SOP. It's not the shiny object syndrome, it's a standard operating procedure. Purpose is being comfortable with not having purpose, but having a standard operating procedure. I love you. And then you can do about it. See everybody mañana. God bless. Don't forget to enroll in the class that starts on 11/1 at 1. God bless.